before I turn it over to the next speaker, that, of course, everybody is welcome to come and see this incredible event. I know we'll have visitors probably from close to 100 countries. We want them to come. We want them to celebrate. We want them to watch the game. But when the time is up, they'll have to go home. Otherwise, they'll have to talk to Secretary No.
It appears the World Cup got off to the start many expected. The US flag was met with loud boos and jeers before the opening game of the World Cup in Mexico City today, according to reports ahead of the kickoff between Mexico and South Africa. The flags of all 48 teams participating in this summer's tournament were paraded onto the pitch. The final 3 flags to take to the pitch were those of the 3 North American co-hosts, the United States, Canada, and Mexico. And well, if Trump was watching, he'd have heard a familiar sound to that he heard at Madison Square Garden before fans then cleansed the arena and magic returned last night. To the Independent, the flag was booed before the World Cup 2026 opening game in Mexico City. And this is happening after, as we've covered extensively, months of uncertainty regarding travel bans in the US, visa chaos, ICE concerns, hotels not booking up, protests, and international unease around Trump's handling of the tournament as a whole. So the booing doesn't land as random noise. It lands as confirmation in a way. People are not thrilled with how Trump's America has prepared for this World Cup, especially their neighbours. And this comes as an update emerges on the referee that was blocked from entering the United States. UEFA have opted to assign Omar Artan, the referee who was denied entry to the US despite reportedly holding a valid visa, the chance to referee the UEFA Super Cup on August 12th in Salzburg between PSG and Aston Villa. Artan was selected for the World Cup. He was Africa's 2025 Referee of the Year. He was set to make history as a Somali official at the tournament, but as reported, he was denied entry to the US. So this decision by UEFA is not necessarily a consolation prize. It's a public vote of confidence in the official that Trump's America refused to admit.
That are already shaping the World Cup. At least one referee from Somalia and one Iraqi team staff member were denied entry at U.S. airports in recent days, and dozens of fans have been denied.
What did you call it? Did you call it politics?
No.
What'd you say? I don't forget how you started that question.
Policies.
Yeah, policies are we're not going to allow people that have criminal or maybe perceived to have criminal ties to come into this country. I don't care what your situation is. I'm not going to get into why we denied this individual, but there's a reason why this person was denied. Now, the left media wants to go out there and report and say this guy's a victim of because we're, anti-Somalia. No, we're not. We work closely with FIFA and the administration on a regular basis. We talk to FIFA and their directors constantly. Anybody that was denied, we made the case for and showed them why they were denied. Now, to get into the specifics of it, I'm not getting into the specifics of it. But Iran chose that was a difficult path. If there was any country we wasn't going to allow in here, Iran would probably be the reason why we wouldn't allow them in here. But we did, and we worked closely with the individuals with restrictions. And so there was multiple, more than just these two, there was multiple individuals throughout. We have a World Cup here. We got a lot of countries that doesn't exactly have access to the United States, and we did a phenomenal job on getting as many people cleared as we could. But some people just can't clear. And that's just the way it works with getting a visa to come to this great country. Yeah.
Let's get some breaking news. And UEFA have announced Somali referee Omar Artan will take charge of the 2026 Super Cup final between Aston Villa and PSG in Salzburg. Artan had been set to officiate at the FIFA World Cup, but was denied entry to the USA due to suspected links to members of terrorism organizations. Somalia is one of several countries on a travel ban list introduced by President Donald Trump's administration.
While the US host setup is producing visa chaos, exclusion, and ultimately embarrassment that the FIFA chief is forced to answer to, the UEFA are effectively saying we trust him to referee one of their biggest games, and it just adds to the optics issue that the US is facing regarding their handling of the tournament, right?
Chill, relax. We work on everything. We try to solve everything.
You say people should chill and relax about these situations, but you've got one of the world's top referees told he can't enter the United States, sent back home, accused of having links with suspected terror organizations. We have Mexico having to change their Iran having to change their training base here to Mexico. We have fans and journalists from a number of countries who aren't able to attend this World Cup because of travel bans or visa restrictions. Are you embarrassed, therefore, by what actually has come to pass? And do you have to accept that you've lost some control of your own tournament here?
And when I say to chill, I don't mean to chill and do nothing. I mean to trust us, that we are working behind the scenes, we are trying to understand, and there are things we can know, things we cannot know, things we are told, things we are not told. And we always try to make the situation as positive as possible and to find solutions.
It's not just international hostility. Americans see the problem also. A Washington Post poll found that roughly 65% of Americans oppose ICE agents being stationed at US stadiums during the World Cup. I mean, that's nearly 2/3 of the country saying don't turn this tournament into an immigration spectacle. They don't want stadiums feeling like enforcement zones or the world's beautiful game being used as another stage for Trump's deportation politics, which, if you were to listen to his administration officials, they've done nothing to provide fans with any sense of security that this won't be the case.
The 2026 World Cup is now just days away, but there are still questions over what role ICE will play during the tournament. White House border czar Tom Homan spoke with our Camila Montoya Galvez and had this to say.
Can you clarify what type of role ICE will be engaging in at the World Cup? Are ICE agents just expected to provide security at the stadiums, or is there a possibility that they could conduct immigration enforcement during the tournament?
We're going to conduct our Homeland Security work and make sure that those events are safe and doesn't pose a national security issue.
But the priority in that mission is not to arrest people who are in the country illegally. Or is that also part of the campaign?
There's no priority to do an immigration enforcement action at those events. But we have a national security responsibility that we're going to carry out. And the process is that if we find a national security issue and it involves an illegal alien, of course we're going to take action on that. But the primary focus is keep those events safe, keep this nation safe, and keep the spectators and the athletes safe.
Are you saying, Mr. Homan, that the public and also visitors from abroad should not be concerned about ICE engaging in immigration arrests during the World Cup?
We're focused on our national security issues, and that's what we're going to be focusing on.
So ahead of tomorrow's game, where the US starts their campaign, a game in which Trump opted to skip, maybe he was afraid of another Madison Square Garden welcome, several administration officials are set to appear instead. But if the opening sound of the tournament includes boos for the American flag, then the message is already clear, right? People are not thrilled with Trump's handling of the World Cup, and the games have barely begun.
Of warmth, of a job, an economy, a community, a family. And for too long, you saw Democrats who were telling these coal miners that they should just learn the code. And what we saw during the Biden administration at the EPA, for example, was regulation after regulation after regulation, trying to strangulate out of existence